Texas, a land of fierce battles, untamed wilderness, and legendary heroes. But do you know the full story behind its rich and complex history? Stay with us as we journey through time. Texas, a state renowned for its sheer size and cultural diversity, boasts a history as vast as its landscape. The roots of Texas history stretch back to approximately 200 BC, when Paleo-Indians roamed its lands, marking the beginning of human civilization in the region. By the 1st century AD, Texas had already become home to a significant indigenous population with various native groups, thriving across its diverse terrain. When European explorers arrived, the fate of these early settlers became intertwined with that of the indigenous tribes. In 1519, Alonso Alvarez was the first European to map the Texas Gulf Coast, initiating a long and complex history of exploration, colonization, and conflict. The interactions between Spanish, French, and Native American groups would shape Texas into a battleground of cultures, setting the stage for the struggles and transformations that would define its future. The European presence in Texas began in 1519, when Spanish explorer Alonso Alvarez de Pineda mapped its Gulf Coast. However, it was not until 1685 that a European power, France, attempted to establish a settlement. French explorer René Cavalier Sieur de la Salle mistakenly landed on the Texas coast and founded Fort St. Louis. This short-lived colony struggled with harsh conditions, hostile indigenous groups, and internal conflicts, ultimately leading to its downfall. The failed French settlement alarmed Spain, prompting it to strengthen its claims over Texas by establishing missions and presidios. By the early 18th century, Spanish settlements expanded, aiming to convert indigenous peoples and solidify Spain's control. Despite these efforts, Texas remained a distant and challenging frontier for Spain, facing threats from both indigenous resistance and encroaching foreign interests. These early European endeavors laid the foundation for Texas' evolving identity. After gaining independence from Spain in 1821, Mexico inherited Texas as part of its vast northern frontier. The new Mexican government encouraged Anglo-American immigration to Texas, hoping settlers would boost the economy and provide defense against indigenous raids. Empresarios like Stephen F. Austin led waves of American settlers into the region, creating thriving communities. However, tensions grew as Mexico imposed stricter control, including laws restricting slavery and enforcing Catholicism. The 1830 Law of April 6 further inflamed conflicts by limiting American immigration. Discontent deepened as settlers resented Mexican military rule and the centralization of power under President Santa Anna. Clashes between Texan settlers and Mexican authorities escalated, leading to open rebellion by 1835. The Texas Revolution soon erupted, with key battles at Gonzales and the Alamo, marking the struggle for Texan independence. These events ultimately shaped Texas's path toward becoming a republic. By 1835, tensions between Texan settlers and the Mexican government had reached the breaking point. Santa Anna's shift towards centralized power and military enforcement fueled widespread resistance. The revolution officially began with the Battle of Gonzales, where Texan rebels defiantly refused to surrender their cannon, rallying behind the slogan, "Come and take it." This victory emboldened the revolutionaries, leading to more confrontations, including the Siege of San Antonio, where Texan forces captured the city. However, Mexico responded fiercely, with Santa Anna personally leading an army to crush the rebellion. The brutal Battle of the Alamo in March 1836 became a symbol of Texan resistance, as defenders like William B. Travis, James Bowie, and Davy Crockett fought to the death. Despite the loss, Texan forces regrouped under Sam Houston, setting the stage for the decisive Battle of San Jacinto, where Texas would ultimately secure its independence. Following the fall of the Alamo and the Goliath massacre, Texan morale was low. But General Sam Houston strategically retreated, waiting for the right moment to strike. On April 21, 1836, Houston's forces launched a surprise attack on Santa Anna's army near the San Jacinto River. In just 18 minutes, the Texan army overwhelmed the Mexican troops, shouting, "Remember the Alamo! Remember God!" The battle resulted in a decisive victory, with hundreds of Mexican soldiers killed or captured, while the Texans suffered minimal losses. Santa Anna was taken prisoner the next day, and to secure his freedom, he he signed treaties recognizing Texas's independence. This victory marked the end of the Texas Revolution and the birth of the Republic of Texas. Though Mexico refused to officially acknowledge Texas as independent, the Texan people celebrated their newfound freedom and began building their own government. In 1861, Texas seceded from the United States and joined the Confederacy, a decision that deepened divisions within the state. While many Texans supported the Confederacy, a significant number remained loyal to the Union, leading to internal conflicts. These tensions escalated into violent purges, particularly targeting German and Mexican communities who were known for their Unionist sympathies. Union supporters faced persecution, executions, and forced exile, as Confederate forces sought to eliminate opposition. Although Texas did not witness major Civil War battles, the internal strife left lasting scars on its society. The war disrupted the state's economy, strained social relations, and reshaped its political landscape. In the aftermath of the war, Texas had to undergo the challenges of Reconstruction, adjusting to a new reality without slavery while dealing with deep-seated resentments. This period of turmoil played a crucial role in shaping Texas' future and its place in American history. After rejoining the United States in 1870, Texas entered a turbulent period, marked by racial conflicts and political instability. During Reconstruction, African Americans initially gained political rights and representation, however. As white Democrats regained control, those gains were systematically dismantled. The state implemented restrictive laws and practices that disenfranchised black citizens, limiting their ability to vote and participate in governance. Racial violence also escalated, with groups like the Ku Klux Klan using intimidation and brutality to suppress black communities. This period saw widespread discrimination in employment, education, and housing, reinforcing systemic racial inequalities. Political instability further complicated the situation, as tensions between different factions created unrest. By the early 20th century, segregation laws and Jim Crow policies solidified white dominance, leaving African Americans with little political or social power despite these challenges. Black Texans continued to resist oppression, laying the groundwork for future civil rights movements. Texas has faced numerous challenges throughout its modern history, shaping its resilient and independent identity. Natural disasters, such as hurricanes and severe droughts, have tested the state's ability to recover and rebuild. Economic struggles, including the collapse of the oil industry in the 1980s, led to financial hardship for many Texans, forcing the state to diversify its economy. Additionally, historical events like the assassination of President John Kennedy in Dallas in 1963 left a lasting impact on both Texas and the nation. Despite these hardships, Texas remains a symbol of strength and perseverance. Its rich cultural heritage, diverse population, and deep historical significance make it one of the most influential states in the U.S. From its booming technology sector to its vibrant music and food scenes, Texas continues to evolve while maintaining its proud traditions, proving that resilience is at the heart of its identity.